And at Qualcomm, we are a 5-day flex hour back in office mandate. We use Basking to evaluate our portfolio in our Cambridge campus. So we had 4 buildings there. We were able to track that over a certain amount of time. It allowed us to really see how the team was utilizing the building. And then we were able to optimize and downsize to 2 buildings and make it much more efficient, much more productive. So we're really starting to take that data and then also understand how we apply that to all of our facilities services, right? So how we can reduce our janitorial costs, how we can be more productive in the way it's used, and then we're starting to really apply it culturally to our different regions as well, because we do see that there's a major difference in every region based on the culture. What we're trying to really understand from the data now is how are people now working in a space with flex hours on site, and how are they making that time intentional and purposeful when they're there. So understanding the behavior data is super important for us, especially sensors and occupancy data, is to understand how people are moving around the office space. Where are they connecting? It helps us start to develop our workplace experience and our designs a lot more efficiently, along with being able to take that data and put that data together to create the story and the narrative, what I'm trying to understand.
You can't beat the face-to-face interaction because that's where you really make the connections. But I think the pandemic also proved that you can still get things done at home. So there's finding the right balance for that. We're probably getting to that peak because you're never going to have full occupancy. Maybe 60-ish% is going to be the top of the range. Then understanding how the workspace is, designing that. You can also heat map when you're using Wi-Fi as a sensor, so you can see where the different access points are. One thing about Tiffany, she was saying that she wants all of these data points. You can put this data lake together, and now through innovative tools and the use of AI, you can start drawing conclusions from that.
It's really allowing us to really look at not just the workplace, but everything that supports the workplace as well. We don't need to have our AC running after 4 p.m. because nobody's really in the office, right? In our India region, we subsidize our food service, breakfast and lunch for our employees. You get 3,000 employees in the cafe all at one time. But if our Fridays are low, then we might reduce some of our costs in that way. So we're really kind of watching those data points to really understand what days of the week we need to actually increase our facility services or maybe reduce them at some place. But this is where I think AI is really going to start help, generative AI, like starting to really build in, what it's modeling. That data is modeling for the future. So I think that's where we're going to start seeing more of that incorporated. We're continually building together and forecasting for the future so we can actually combine all this data to get us the best possible solutions, and we're not working just in the real estate facilities bubble. So part of that is taking all of that data and really creating much more useful information that we can use for the company as a whole. So being able to sift through that and finding the right technology and AI that's going to help those of us who are understaffed and stretched a little thin to really kind of start going through that data so we don't get that data fatigue, I think is going to be kind of the next step for our industry. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of it and which companies kind of rise to the top.